Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursaleen. Nabina Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wa ala alihi wa ashabihi. We are going to continue from where we stopped last week. We are still in Surah Al-Baqara. We are continuing from verses 118, where Allah says, وَقَالَ الَّذِينَ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
وقال الذين لا يعلمون
وقال الذين لا يعلمون لولا يكلمنا الله أو تأتينا آية كذلك قال الذين من قبلهم مثل قولهم تشابهت قلوبهم قد بينا الآيات لقوم يوقنون.
Now the verse read earlier, that is 117, is informing us of what Allah has created, which He is the one that originated the heavens and the earth without collecting any substance from anybody, without anybody assisting him. And at any point Allah decrees what is going to happen, Allah will only say kun, be, and it is automatically. Now, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said after this verse, He said, وَقَالَ الَّذِينَ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ, those who are ignorant, those who know not, they said, لَوْلَا يُكَلِّمُنَ اللَّهُ, why does not Allah talk to us face to face? You can see how ignorant they are, and how foolish, even if you so wish, they are. Rasulullah sallam is calling them to the path of Allah, and now their own thinking negatively is that since Allah has sent a message to you, why did He not send a message to us? We want Him to talk to us as you claim, because they don't even agree that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is sending revelation to Rasulullah. So if revelation is sent to you, why not to us? That is their point. And that's why Allah qualifies them that they are ignorant. They don't have any knowledge that is of benefit to them. وَقَالَ الَّذِينَ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ لَوْلَا يُكَلِّمُنَ اللَّهُ. And what proves them to be ignorant is, they said, why does not Allah talk to us? أَوْ تَأْتِينَا آيَةً, or you bring us a sign from Allah that you are a prophet. These are two things they are agitating for. And that is built on ignorance. Because claiming that Allah have to talk to them, that is a very terrible claim. But when you talk of sign, in fact, themselves, they are talking, their existence is proving that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is great. Because without Allah, they couldn't have been in existence. In fact, if they look at the nature of how Allah created and fashioned them, that alone is enough for them to know how great Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is. Human being, if you look at yourself, you alone is a proof that Allah is in control and in existence. For you to know whom you are, for you to identify your environment, for you to be healthy, for you to be able to eat, for you to be able to go ease yourself. All these are what Allah has made provision for you to know who Allah is. And then you are seeing on daily basis people are dying and they are not coming back. And you too are going to have the same, whether you like it or not. So anybody claiming he wants to see any ayah, apart from what he has been seeing around him, then he need to visit medication so that they will check whether he is mentally okay or not okay. Because Allah has made provisions for you to know who Allah is. If you claim your parents give birth to you, your parent did not create you. They are only opportune by Allah to be the source of your being in this world. And even your parents too, and their parents too. If you look at millions of those whom Allah has created, it shows how mighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is. Glory be unto Him. Then Allah further said, كَذَلِكَ قَالَ الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ. This question they are asking, that they want to talk to Allah, or they want to see a sign, Allah said that was the case even before you, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Previous prophets also were challenged with this type of questions from those who are ignorant, from those who are ill-minded. كَذَلِكَ قَالَ الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ مِثْلَ قَوْلِهِمْ. Similar to what they have said, there is no difference. Why? تَشَابَهَتْ قُلُوبُهُمْ. They have a liking mind. Their hearts look alike. And why did Allah select heart here in this verse? Because it is the heart that if that heart is clean and pure, it will reflect in all other actions. If the heart is polluted and dented and poisoned, that's how other organs of the body will act negatively. It is the heart that is the engine of the body. And that's why here Allah says their hearts look alike. The hearts of the mushrikun during the time of Rasulullah sallam is alike with the heart of the mushrikun during the time of Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam, during the time of Salih alayhi salatu wasalam, during the time of all the prophets that have passed. And that's why today, if you allow your heart to look like the heart of the kuffar, then your attitude will be like their attitude. In fact, you will not appreciate your own culture. You will always apologize for not following their own attitude. And they will never compromise to follow your own culture. And that's why today you find some intellectuals, also those who claim intellectualism, they are very apologetic about not fully inclined to cultures that are not their own. Why should you be apologetic? Why? He has his culture, you have your own culture. You are not compelling him to follow your own. Why should you then be apologetic? I give example of marriage, for instance. After the marriage being conducted in the mosque, Fatiha is done. After some hours in the night, you see people preparing for, they will call it dinner. As if the language will look a bit diplomatic. When you see what is happening there, of different type of cakes, cake taller than the tallest person there. And then the dancing. At times even the father of the groom and the bride will dance. Is that your culture? That is not your culture. That is not Islamic. Just because you want to socialize. These are lacking of hearts. When the hearts are together, then the attitude and behavior will be together. You are not telling anybody to come and do your own. Then why should you compromise? When you are 60, 70, and you want to please somebody. That's very terrible. Allah says, Tashabad ulubuhum. Don't be surprised because their hearts are alike. They share the same type of heart. And that's why their attitude and behavior also will be the same. Allah says, قَدْ بَيَّنَّ الْآيَاتِ لِقَوْمٍ يُوقِنُونَ. We have explained these verses for those who are certain. Yuqin is somebody who is certain. Those who are certain will never compromise. They are good to live with. They will not cheat you. They will not abuse you. They will not condemn you, even if you don't share with them religion. But they will never compromise their own ideology. And that is Iman. And today, we need those who are certain. Because things are getting terribly bad. Terribly bad. You as a Muslim have culture. You have a way of life. You don't need to apologize to anybody. But the case is not the same. So it's high time we should appreciate our religion. We should appreciate our sunnah. We should appreciate our culture. And Allah says it is only those who are having yaqeen. Yaqeen is to be certain, to be sure, not doubting. May Allah say it. Now, inna arsalnaka.
إنا أرسلناك بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا ولا تسأل عن أصحاب الجحيم.
Now, this verse is very categorical and clear. Allah says, Inna arsalnaka. Definitely, indeed, we have sent you. Allah sent Rasulullah sallallahu to all mankind. Inna arsalnaka. We are the ones that have sent you. Allah has sent Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to the whole mankind. Bil haqqi, to the truth. That is the Quran. The Quran is a book of guidance. It's a book that contains anything man is in need of. Spiritually, politically, economically, socially, in anything whatsoever. It is full of anything that will make life to be easy for mankind. It's full of truth and guidance. Now, if people deviate from the Quran, or they decided on their own to follow contrary to the Quran, then they are already in trouble. They need not to be told. And that is our situation in some areas where people will reject to follow the Quran. Added to that, Allah said, Bashiran wa Nadhira. Rasulullah sallam, his work is to give glad tidings that do good. Paradise is awaiting you, Al-Jannah. Worship Allah. Don't associate partner unto Him. Jannah is awaiting you. Pray Salat. Fast. Hajj. Be kind. Be good. Be sympathetic to others. Don't be difficult. Don't cheat. Don't kill. All these are things that will make you to have the glad tidings, which is Al-Jannah. That is Bashira. Glad tidings. Wa Nadhira, a warner. You warn them. If you continue to kill just because of money, you continue to collaborate with killers as an informer, abduct, collect ransom. If you continue to do that, then you should be warned that the hellfire is awaiting you. These two things are very clear. Glad tidings and warning. For those who are doing good, glad tidings. For those who are doing bad, warning. Bashiran wa Nadhira. Then Allah concluded the verse by saying, وَلَا تُسْأَلُوا أَنْ أَصْحَابِ الْجَحِيمِ. Allah will never ask you of the dwellers of the hellfire. If you already pass the message, you maintain the pattern, then it is not your business. Allow them to do what they want to do. That's why there is no compulsion in religion. A Muslim doesn't compel anybody. Your own is to practice and then to inform others in a very diplomatic format, in a very respectful manner. But yours is not guidance. You cannot guide. You can only inform them. So if Rasulullah sallam, the honor of the message is being told here, وَلَا تُسْأَلْ عَنْ أَصْحَابِ الْجَحِيمِ. Allah will not ask you or dwellers of the hellfire. No. You have done your work. So it is duty bound on us to do our work by maintaining and then preaching in the most successful manner. وَلَنْ تَرْضَىٰ عَنْكَ الْيَهُودُ.
وَلَنْ تَرْضَىٰ عَنْكَ الْيَهُودُ وَلَا النصارى حتى تتبع ملتهم
نعم.
قل إن هدى الله هو الهدى
نعم.
ولئن اتبعت أهواءهم بعد الذي جاءك من العلم ما لك من الله من ولي ولا نصير.
Allah says, وَلَن تَرْضَى عَنْكَ الْيَهُودُ وَلَا النَّصَارَى. Allah is telling us the reality. And this is a reality. Never will the Jews and the Christians, never are they going to be pleased with you as a Muslim. Hatta tattabi'a millatahum, until you follow their religion. And that is the case. They will never. It is you that you know that if you oppress or you cheat or you underrate or you do anything wrong to them, then you are watching the consequence of that. Look, even animal, not even human being, because they are human as you are. Allah says, وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي Adam. We have honored the son of Adam, whether Muslim, whether Christian, whether Jew, whether. So you must make sure you give them their complete rights. Complete right. But in their own case, you are nothing until and unless when you join their religion. But we in Islam, there is consequence of oppressing whosoever. Even if by any chance, by any way you oppress him, you are going to be responsible. So this is what Allah has said and exactly what is obtainable. Qul, Allah says to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, say, Inna hudallahi huwal huda. The guidance of Allah is the true guidance. And here, oneness of Allah in worship, not Trinity. Not Allah having son or wife. That is the true guidance. And that has been the message of all the prophets across time and generations. لقد أرسلنا نوحا إلى قومه فقال يا قوم اعبدوا الله ما لكم من إله غيره وإلى عاد أخاهم هودا قال يا قوم اعبدوا الله ما لكم من إله غيره وإلى ثمود أخاهم صالحا قال يا قوم اعبدوا الله ما لكم من إله غيره وإلى مدين أخاهم شعيبا قال يا قوم اعبدوا الله ما لكم من إله غيره. That was the case with all the messengers. They all preached monotheism, oneness of Allah's love. But in their own case, and this is a very fundamental difference. It's not saying, no, you are worshiping the same God. No, you should be very careful. Very, very careful. Don't pollute your ideology. Don't bastardize it. You are worshiping only Allah, one God. He has no partner, he has no son. So the issue of somebody to confuse you shouldn't be there. God is one. He has no son, he has no partner, he has no wife. So this is the departing point, and that is the biggest problem. And when you have the ideology of monotheism, and you believe you are a servant of Allah, then never you ever cheat or oppress whosoever comes your way. That's the difference. The guidance is one Allah, one God. Call it any name in any language, but He is one, the creator of all creation. That is the guidance. Allah says, if you follow their own selfish desire, because any ideology that associate partner unto Allah, that ideology is an ideology that is corrupted. Don't miss any of the words. It's corrupted. That's why Allah says here, their own desire, not the pattern of oneness. After the knowledge has been very clear to you, you don't have protection from Allah. Nobody will protect you. And Nasir, nobody will help you. Somebody may claim, look, I believe in so many gods, and I'm living comfortable. Subsidy is not affecting me. I'm this, I'm that. No, time will tell. You are not going to stay in Nigeria for more than 200 years. You as an individual. Nigeria will exist as Allah wishes. But your life span is not more than 200 years. Or 150. Or 120. Or 100. You will know when you go back there. You know whether you have protector or you don't. And you have seen that nobody goes and come back. And you two will go, I will go, everybody will go, and there is no coming back. There you will explain. So we should be very careful. Our culture should remain priority to us. And we are lucky in Nigeria that we are a multi-religious society, where you respect the ideologies of others, but you don't claim those ideologies. You don't buy to those ideologies. Buying to ideology differs from respecting those who believe in that ideology. Give them honor, give them respect, but you have a pattern, uncompromising. And you shouldn't joke with that pillar. It's not a joking one. It's a reality. And that is the essence of your existence. And that is the danger of being in a multicultural society like our own. You have to define your ideology very categorical and clear. And that doesn't mean you should cheat or oppress or abuse, or underrate or undermine as some are doing. You are going to suffer the consequences if you do any. May Allah save us, may Allah guide us, may Allah assist our lives as those who maintain the pattern of monetizing. So our country, Nigeria, may Allah give us peace, may Allah ease things for us and all other nations of the world. At this point, we call it a day. All we must have said here of goodness is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Any shortcoming or mistake is from my own humble self. I ask Him, the Most High, to pardon me and to forgive all of us. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.